we're still talking about stem cell treatments at kaya pinag-uusapan natin ito, Cathy, well, there are huge benefits, ikinamamatay din ng ilan.
Pero bago yan, balikan po muna natin ang ating kasamang si Gio Tingson para sa ilan sa mga paalala at pasasalamat din. No?
Yes.
Maraming salamat, Mark at Cathy. Alam nyo, kahit maulan, meron tayong mainit na Kaohsiung Coffee. Nais natin silang pasalamatan. Sila po ang #1 Thai Coffee. Puntahan lang po sa www.kaohsiung.com or sa kanilang Facebook account, ang Kaohsiung Coffee Philippines.
Ayun, may bagong endorsement na.
So, walang stem cell yan, ha?
Wala. Pero maraming benefits, ha? Okay. Okay, punta tayo sa isang online question para po kay Dr. Mangkao. Doc, may isang sitwasyon daw itong isang nagtatanong online na natanggalan daw siya ng isang kidney. Kapag magkaroon daw po ba ng stem cell treatment, maaari po ba itong mabuo ulit or magkaroon ulit?
Maraming reports na nag-grow yung mga organ. They're growing organs now, valves, hearts, trachea, height, including.
It's okay, Mark. They'll find a solution.
Picture of having new organs can be from stem cell technology. We're so excited about it. Kasi ako nga, in my so many years of practice, it's only now that I'm seeing very dramatic effects na hindi ko nakita during my professional career before.
So, talagang dapat antabayanan natin itong upcoming Congress on Stem Cell. Tawagin natin si Shaira May Suringa para sa kanyang tanong. Shaira?
Good evening po. My question is for Ma'am Cynthia. You mentioned earlier po na you have undergone stem cell treatment. And with regards to this, gusto ko pong malaman and namin if you have experienced any kind of side effects with that kind of treatment.
None whatsoever, because it came from my own body, so there's no side effect, but all the effects are good. No side. In fact, the very first day I had it, I went to a dinner, and as soon as I walked in, I remember Gretchen Del Rosario was there. She said, "Cynthia, what happened to you? You're blooming." I said, "I just took my stem cell today." In a few hours.
Okay. So positive side effect siya, no? Okay. Maraming salamat at yan ang mga katanungan mula sa audience. Balik sa inyo, Mark at Cathy.
Pero kung positive ang side effect, meron naman tayong nababalitaan na may isang...
Terrible.
Oo, it can also... Meron daw isang congressman na namatay. Gusto natin tanungin si Dr. Lecho. Totoo po ba ito na it can lead to death kung mali o hindi po tama yung pagkaka-administer?
Okay. For transparency, actually that news came from Dr. Olarte. And then, I think na-interview si Secretary Ona during the anniversary ng Department of Health. And I just want to quote kung ano yung sinabi niya. Na yung congressman na binabanggit, I think si Congressman Aumentado at saka si Romualdo, ay, according to Secretary Ona, may have died actually because of the natural problems related to the problem. And it's very difficult to say na namatay siya because of the stem cell. Kasi you have to pinpoint yung cause tsaka yung cause and effect. Kailangan malaman mo yun kung talaga yun eh. And then you have to do autopsy, you can do a lot. So, I can only say kung ano sinabi ng Secretary Ona. Usually kasi, pagka sinabi mo related to the procedure, ang number 1 dyan, anaphylactic shock. Right there and then, sasabihin mo. Pero kunyari, matagal pa, ang hirap isabi because of the temporal presentation of the case. So I do not know. Perhaps we can...
Siguro dagdagan lang natin, Dr. Lade. Are there other aside from itong napabalita, which were galing daw po sa inyo, na related dito sa stem cell treatment?
Dr. Olarte, yung pong deaths na sinasabi ng dalawang congressman, and are there any other reported deaths due to stem cell treatment?
Wala pa so far. Wala kaming dinig na death coming from stem cell treatment. Yung congressman na namatay died of the original disease. Yung isa may liver cancer. So whatever stem cell allegation there is not correct. Kasi ang stem cell treatment that he received was 1 year ago before his death. Meron na siyang liver cancer talaga.
Kaya siya po nagpa-stem cell therapy ay dahil doon sa sakit na yon. Ibig sabihin hindi yun yung cause, meaning hindi lang talaga naging epektibo. Ganun po ba yun, Doc?
Maaari, ang sabi naman nag-improve yung general condition niya, yung well-being niya after the stem cell treatment. Pero hindi siya napagaling ng stem cell. Ang stem cell naman kasi wala namang certainty na papagalingin ka ng stem cell. Hindi. There is no guarantee in that stem cell treatment. No? Improve. According to the patient, nag-improve ang kanyang general condition, ang kanyang feeling. No? Pero namatay talaga siya of liver cancer. Yun namang dalawa, namatay din because of pneumonia. It is not related to stem cell treatment whatsoever.
Dr. Olarte, meron din ako narinig sa another network about, ito talaga narinig ko, siya mismo nagsalita. I think that's Mr. Villar, that's an officer of the PDEA. Mag-asawa sila, pumunta sila sa isang 5-star hotel, tapos ginamot daw sila allegedly by a German doctor with some other doctors there. And then, it's a medical tourism type kasi hindi siya in the hospital setting. And according to that particular patient, lalo daw grumabi yung condition niya from the baseline. So these are, again, testimonials. No? It can go either way. No? Some would say positive. But again, the question here is the infrastructure. Tama ba yung infrastructure niya? Kasi hindi siya hospital setting to start with. So therefore, the first recommendations dito, ano ba talaga yung tama? Isa yan dapat sa pagkasunduan. No? I think kasi may mga negative reports tayo nakikita, and I think wala siyang hospital setting for certain emergency cases that actually would come up just in case going into hospital setting.
May follow-up lang ako, Dr. Liachon. Kanina nabanggit niyo yung anaphylactic shock. Usually po kasi, di ba po galing po sa sariling katawan natin itong paano po nagkakaroon ng anaphylactic shock?
According to the FDA, kahit galing sa'yo sa autologous, manipulation of your cell for another intended purpose can actually cause reaction. That is the FDA. You read the FDA. Kaya kino-consider nila to. Kaya hindi siya FDA certified very conservative kasi mga Americans And that's why nagkaroon ng medical tourism because it is actually accepted in the European countries na sila kahit nandun pa sa stage na yan, basta willing sila, mas aggressive sila, and then nadadala na sa ating sa East right now, adaptation dito sa atin. Of course, ang rigid hindi kasi ganun ka rigid ang ating regulation as opposed of course to the US. So doon ko nakikita tong problema There's two aspects there, Kathy. The first one is about the FDA being too rigid. The other one is medical tourism, not exactly because of business, because yung iba na gusto magpagamot sa Amerika, hindi pwedeng gawin doon because walang regulation. So they go to other countries offering it, I think Germany and some other countries.
The doctor mentioned, Ms. Cynthia, na binabago mo yung structure ng cells Napapag-usapan din ba sa advocates ng stem cell yung the moral aspect of it, the ethical aspect of it na meaning parang pwedeng sabihin ng ilang mga religious na binabago mo yung gawa ng Diyos.
Not that really. If you get it and but this is you're just regenerating your own cell. You're just making it younger and feeling better. You know, we had only 3 paradigm shifts in our lifetime, which was the automobile, the iPad, and the guy from the United States said there's going to be something bigger than the internet and the automobile, and that's the stem cell therapy. Because it's the paradigm shift coming in the new, will make everybody healthy. And a lot of lobbyists in the United States don't like it. That's why, like Doctor said, they're fighting it in the Congress.
Si Dr. Puyat may gustong idagdag.
Ang idadagdag ko lamang, yung the case of Villar, ang gusto ko lang pong sabihin ay number 1, galing po kasi sa sheep yung kanyang stem cell na kinuha. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng ikumpara dun sa autologous stem cell transplantation. Number 2, ginawa siya sa hotel. Okay, so the medium is not controlled. Karoon ng infection at yung mga ganon. So, dapat alamin lang natin kung saan tayo pumapasok at yung tamang pamamaraan ang ibigay natin sa pasyente because we owe that to them
And can I add also that those 3 congressmen that died, they said that they got it from sheep, but then they felt so good that they went campaigning, working hard. So that's what they gave it to They degenerated again.
Gusto ko lang balikan yung tanong ko kay Dr. Mangkaw kanina bago tayo nag-break. Yung bang isang tao, marami siyang pera, sabi niyo nga po, mahal. Gusto niya lang abatan itong aging. Gusto niya lang, baka may sakit siya pero hindi niya alam, gusto niya lang niyang magpa-stem cell therapy. Pwede po ba yun?
Normally, mas maganda kung may indication. But remember, the patient is always right. Whatever he wants, it's his life, it's his money. And as a doctor, if you think there's no medical contraindication and it's within the ethics and the morality of it, you can do it.
What are the contraindications, Doc? Ano po yung mga kondisyon na hindi maaaring magpa-stem cell therapy ang isang pasyente?
Well, for immediate therapies are those who are on drugs. Medicines like Plavix or the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Because aspirin, even if the washout is 1 week, sometimes in 2 will still be bleeding. So, kailangan i-wean off sila sa mga gamot na katulad ng mga aspirin or mga clopidogrel or whatever.
For the most common treatments, Doc, puyat, magkano po?
The price ranges kasi. It can range from anywhere from 500,000 to around 4 million, depending on the institution also. But you have to take into consideration that when it's already by the millions, probably they have their own biosafety cabinet. They already have their own PCRs. They have high-tech centrifuge machines. They have the Fresenius machine. You have the plasmapheresis machine. There are a lot of instruments and materials that entails this. Hindi naman kapag sinabing stem cell lang, mahal kasi lahat yun napunta lang sa doktor. Hindi ganun po yun.
Doktora Puyat, kunwari po ang isang pasyente hindi gumaling. Pwede pa po ba niyang ulitin itong treatment na ito?
Maaari, because ang stem cell, for you to achieve the effect of stem cell, you should have reached the therapeutic threshold. And that threshold, nobody knows what it is. I mean, I can ask any doctor, walang may alam kung ano talaga ang therapeutic threshold. So, the more number of stem cells you're able to infuse, mas may chances na gagaling ikaw doon. But kung ano yun, wala pa pong may alam nun.
Hindi ka pinagbawal po ito, Doc Liachon. Dito sa Pilipinas ba may gumagawa ng embryonic stem cell?
Well, ang problem nga natin, again, I'd like to repeat that, is infrastructure. Wala tayo pang framework right now on how to craft the guidelines based on the pinopropose ko, people, process, and then infra. So, kung wala kang molecular biology lab, paano tayo gagawa nun? So, ang isa ko sa proposal sa kanila ngayon is that, kunyari may cases ka, try to document that kahit hindi ka pa standardize yung protocol natin. Eventually, siguro, all of the centers na magkakaroon ng hospital nito, pwede nating i-refer sa epidemiologist or researcher and come up with a protocol on what indications it should be used eventually. Pero sa ngayon, dahil umaarangkada yung mga cases nyo, sana i-document ninyo para sa ganun, kahit review of literature siya, pwede nyo siyang may-present para makakuha naman ng information ang public regarding its use and indication.
Doctor, isn't it, Congress passed a law, we cannot do embryonic. We can do any kind of stem cell except embryonic.
That's the reason, ma'am, sabi ko nga po, we need to talk on the infrastructure. Kasi you cannot do it without the infrastructure there. Wala pa nga ho, ma'am, tayong guidelines and recommendations as to what particular framework natin.
Okay.
I'm worried about the panacea thing and the cure for all. Kasi nagiging iba kasi ang motivation for doing it eh. It can be done siguro dun sa mga last resort case natin at saka you have a lots of resources. But pero po sa mga mahihirap na nangangailangan ito at talagang approve indications, dapat din meron tayong balance regarding that. Kunyari, may leukemia ako, mahirap ako. And then this is the medication na pwede mo ibigay sa last resort. Meron ba tayong pwedeng ibigay na hindi ganun kamahal? Those are things na kailangan natin i-consider.
Okay. Samantala, tumungo naman po tayo sa ating kasamang si Gio para sa mga karagdagang pangkatanungan.
Kala ko, last na biglang may mga round of students na talagang curious, ukol dito. Tawagin natin si Arvin Abedania. Arvin?
Good evening po. Ang tanong ko po ay para kay Ma'am Cynthia. Ma'am Cynthia, sa Pilipinas po ay nakikilala na ang medical tourism. Gaano po kalaki ang porsyento ng stem cell treatments as part of medical tourism po ngayon?
As soon as, like the Dr. Lenchon said, when we start our infrastructure, and we get it right, there's a lot, in my website, there's so many from abroad that already want to come, but I'm holding them back because, my doctors are still in training, we're still working with the DOH. I'm holding them back, but they're ready to come. They're ready to do it because they cannot do it abroad. So on medical tourism, it will be very, very good. That's why I hope the government will help us and get this done because it is really the third paradigm shift of health to give. And then, like you say, it will become a revolution when we start lowering the price, like the IT, the iPads, when it lowered the price, that's when it became a revolution. And that's what we want. We want to start lowering the price so everybody can have it.
Maraming salamat, Doc. Tawagin naman natin si Hannah Marie Lucian para sa kanyang tanong.
Good evening po. Question po for Mr. Lianxiao. Since laganap na po itong stem cell therapies, ang DOH po ba nire-recommend na yung mga medical schools na pag-aralan na po to para ma-improve po talaga?
Okay, Dr. Liachon.
Well, that's a good question, no? Well, we don't have any hold on the medical curriculum, no? But anyway naman, pwede mo naman basahin sa internet, eh. So, depende, Iha. A lot of things kasi, much ado about nothing minsan ang ginagawa natin, di ba? Pero baka makalimutan natin the bigger picture that mortality in the Philippines related sa lifestyle diseases. This one is something not really on the mainstream ng problema natin. A lot of people are dying right now. 3 out of 5 are dying of stroke, cancer, COPD, and diabetes. Baka malus tayo on the bigger picture before we actually dwell on the problem of cosmetic or perhaps stem cell. Aralin muna natin, baka dapat preventive health education muna ipasok natin into the curriculum and try to review. Kasi ito yung bigger chunk of the population. I just want to caution that, inserting something into the curriculum na hindi aligned in the real goals ng ating society, it may be very difficult. And then, ang hirap niyan. So ako, I would say, let's do the preventive health education first and then try to perhaps inform the public dahan-dahan dyan. But ito insert into the curriculum is very difficult kasi nandun pa siya sa kinakraft. And even in the FDA right now sa Amerika at saka sa other countries, hindi pa rin naman siya nasa mainstream curriculum ng education.
Okay. Marami pa nga ang dapat malaman patungkol dito sa panibagong medical breakthrough na ito at kailangan din ng pag-uusap ng mga medical practitioners para mabuo itong ideya kung saan nga ba gagamitin ito at kung sino nga ba ang maaaring magsagawa nitong ganitong klase ng
At makakaasa po kayo ng inyong television ay magbibigay daan para po makapaghatid po tayo ng mas marami pang impormasyon hinggil dito sa stem cell treatment. Simula lamang po ito.
Samantala, hingan na po natin ng kanilang panghuling mensahe ang ating mga panauhin. Umpisan po natin kay Ms. Cynthia Carrion. Siya po ay President ng Asian Holistic Medical Alliance.
First of all, I would like to thank all of you again for the education that you're giving the people because they really are confused. I think I have to re-educate everybody, like a lot of the people listening. So all of us are here willing to give whatever we want, especially the doctors. And like Dr. Puyat said, we really have to get together for the infrastructure together with the Department of Health, and we will get it done. We can do it.
Thank you. Dr. Christina Puyat, Medical Director, Asian Stem Cell Institute.
Nagagalak po ako at nandito po ako ngayon at nakapagbigay ako ng impormasyon. Ngunit whatever we discussed tonight, masyadong konti lang po yun. Madami pa pong topic about stem cell na dapat natin i-clarify. And I hope na magkaroon pa tayo ng ibang means na ma-clarify lahat po ito. The other thing that I would like to put importance is prevention. Wag na natin hintayin na sang-ayon po ako na dapat ang pinag-uusapan natin is more of prevention than doing stem cell dahil may sakit ka na. We can do other things. Kailangan prevention para hindi na tayo humantong sa pagkakataon na kung may sakit, dun pa lang tayo nag-aalala.
Prevention is always better than cure. Ayun. At hingan din natin ng kanyang huling mensahe si Dr. Leo Olarte, ang presidente ng Philippine Medical Association.
Ang aking masasabi bilang doktor at isang abogado ay tungkol doon sa nangyari kay Secretary Villar, no? Dahil yung gumamot sa kanya ay hindi lisensyado sa Pilipinas. Mga banyagang, mga personalidad yon na hindi natin alam kung yun ay totoong doktor o hindi. Dahil hindi naman sila lisensyado. At ginawa din nila sa isang lugar na illegal. At ang resulta ay walang magandang napala si Secretary Villar kung hindi lumala lang ang kanyang kalagayan. Ang aking suspetso lamang ay hindi talaga siya tumanggap ng stem cell. Ang binigay sa kanya baka tubig lang. Yun ang aking suspetsa. Baka tubig lang. Ang importante dito, niloko siya. Nalinla siya. Nalansi ng mga banyagang, mga personalidad na pumunta dito na walang lisensya. Kaya huwag tayong pumayag na magpagamot sa mga nagpapanggap na mga doktor na hindi naman lisensyado at sa maling lugar, no, na hindi naman pwede gawin alinsunod sa batas at polisiya ng Department of Health. Yun lang ang aking masasabi.
Maraming salamat, Dr. Olarte. At mula naman po sa Philippine Society for Stem Cell Medicine, siya po ang chairman, Dr. Christian Emmanuel Mancao.
Yung tinatawag nating medicine for the future or of the future ay hindi na kailangan tingnan nyo malayo ho. Kasi nandito na si Dr. Cristina matagal nang mag-stem cell yan. I think she's one of the pioneers in doing that. And she's very well known also and recognized by the society. And maganda tong forum na ganito because malaman ng mga tao kung ano talaga yung impact on stem cell para sa mga sakit. Especially yung pinakamahirap gamutin, yung mga degenerative diseases. Infectious diseases, madali lang eh. But yung degenerative diseases like osteoarthritis, diabetes, hypertension, ang hirap gamutin yan. And hope, nandyan na. And that is stem cell medicine. Gawin lang natin safe and much better, more economical and affordable so that there will be health for all. Yung universal health which we are trying to attain.
Mula naman po sa Department of Health, siya po ay consultant on non-communicative diseases, Dr. Tony Liachon.
Okay. Ang gusto ko lang sabihin, hindi pa FDA approved to at saka meron pa tayong kinakraft na recommendations. There are more off-label use than its proper indication. So dapat yun munang isipin natin. Ang pangalawa, ang alam nating indication ay sa hematologic indications like leukemia, lymphoma. And then number 3 na gusto ko sabihin, yung ating ethical considerations, kasi at the end of the day, mga pasyente natin to. Let us actually shape the path at saka infrastructure. And then ang panghuli, bago kayo isipin natin magpa-stem cell, alagaan nyo muna ang sarili nyo. And also prevention is better than a pound of cure.
Malaki po ang kaginhawahang maidudulot sa atin ng stem cell therapy sakaling ma-maximize ng siyensya at mga kabutihang dulot nito. Sana po ito nang magsilbi bilang magbibigay ng pag-asa sa ating mga kababayan na mga may sakit.
Ang stem cell treatment po ay isa sa mga patunay na pagsasaliksik ng Pilipino sa siyensya, gamit ang siyensya at teknolohiya. Naway magamit po natin ito sa tama at makita po natin at madiskubre ang ating hinahanap.
Buhay at kalusugan, ito po ang mga bagay na dapat na binibigyan natin ng prioridad sa kung anumang mga medical processes na gusto natin pasukin. Hindi po masama magnais na magkaroon ng mas malusog na pangangatawan o magkaroon ng mas magandang physical na itsura. Ngunit, siguraduhin po natin na ang bawat pagbabagong ito ay ginagawa natin na may karampatang pag-iingat at wastong kaalaman. Ako po si Atty. Mark Castrodes.
Ako si Cathy San Gabriel.
At ako naman po si Gio Tingson.
Naway nakatulong po ang inyong 1.5 oras ng talakayan. Ito po ang
Stem Cell Treatment sa PTV Special Forum.